Okay, this is going to be a unique video. Usually I talk about martial arts or self-defense, things like that. Today I'm going to talk about something different. Today I'm going to talk about faith. Yeah, that's right. I said faith. See, I've been called an egoist, I've been called arrogant, and I've been called prideful, and that's all true. Um, it's both true that I've been called that, and both true that I am that. Uh, but a lot of times that arrogance gets mistaken for faith. See, it's not that there are better men than me. There are. It's not that there are stronger, faster, more knowledgeable men than me. There are. The thing about it is, uh, you know, um, I have faith in myself. I have never faced some of the challenges that some of these men who are vastly superior to me have. That, however, does not mean that I don't look at what they did. I don't see what they did to get past those events and those difficulties and those challenges in their lives. And it doesn't mean that I'm simply not going to try because I'm not as big as they are, or as strong as they are, or as smart as they are, or I don't have quite the same training they do. I'm not going to sit there and make excuses. See, you ever notice when it comes to bullies? This is an example of faith. Most bullies have no faith in themselves. They know they're strong, so they only pick on people they're stronger than. But that's it. And all the time they give you excuses and reasons why not to try or anything else because they're afraid of the faith that you have that you might be able to accomplish something great, and they don't want to see anyone else doing that, knowing they themselves don't even have the courage to try. You can look at my videos, you can tell where I've put some of that information out as far as the incidents with the police and the false charges and everything. Here's the thing about it. This is close to 200 gigabytes of information. Yeah. And it's evidence. External hard drive. Uh, this is my backup for my backup for my backup, and then there's 15 discs floating around copies. This has got some of the newer updated information on it. And here's the thing about it. I uh, I I have faith in myself. See, if I didn't have faith, I would have said, I can't fight them. I'll quit. I'll plead guilty to things I didn't do. No, fuck that. Nope. Instead, I went and gathered information. Now, it's real funny that my little debate with Brian Resner sparked all the people who hate me to come up. An ex-girlfriend's sister, who ironically, that ex-girlfriend was my ex-fiance, who didn't even have the guts to tell her family because they hated me that we had been engaged at one point in time, even though it only lasted 4 days. For the simple point that she was afraid. She didn't have faith in herself. Of course, she relies on her mommy to give her a house, her mommy's boyfriend to give her a car, and if it weren't for, rich mommy and rich mommy's boyfriend, she wouldn't have anything because she doesn't have the faith to go out and try to work for it, to fight for it, or anything else. Uh, and, here's the thing. Yeah, I'm arrogant. I admit it. I've done things that other people said that I couldn't do, and then I did them. I've done things that other people said that were impossible, and I've done them. And it's not. And yes, that gives me a good feeling inside. I love that feeling of being told you're not good enough, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, or it's impossible, and then you go do it. The fact of the matter is, however, you have to have faith in yourself, faith in who you are, that you, not your training, not your martial art, not your system, not any of this other stuff will prevail. You have to believe that you will prevail. See, as much as I disagree that competition martial arts are good for self-defense, in some cases they are, in some cases they're not. As much as I disagree with that idea, I do have to admit this about the competitors, about the sportsmen. A real champion isn't the guy who goes in and beats everybody up and he's stronger and faster than everyone else. A real champion is the guy who is strong when he has no more strength left, who is fast when he has no more speed left, who has nothing left and digs in deep and makes his body function for no other reason than because he wills it. Now, you know, that's talking a lot about the strength of human potential, the strength of human character, the strength of the human mind, that you can have no energy, no nothing, be tired and weak, and still force your body to respond to what your mind tells it. That speaks a lot of human potential. But I'm going to point something out to you. All right, that potential that we all have rarely gets used. And you never test it until you put yourself in situations where things are beyond you. See, I've done that many, many times. And it's been difficult and trying and painful. And there's other times when I've had difficulties come by and it's been like, you know what, I've lived through stuff similar to this before. Fuck it. It's not that big of a deal. I can suck it up. Just a little longer, just suck it up and keep going. And it takes a certain amount of faith in yourself to maintain that mentality, that mental toughness. But faith in myself isn't the only thing. All right, now I am a Christian. Okay, in the aspect that I follow Jesus Christ. If you want to be more technical about it, I consider myself a lot closer to being a Nazarene Jew, since Jesus Christ never preached about a different, or Jesus of Nazareth never preached about a difference or a separation in the Jews. He only preached about the coming of God and of having a personal relationship with God and not putting your power in, scholars like the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the priests of the temple, putting your faith in God and not in the organizations and the political structure of your government and your religion that essentially allows it to function as an organization. Because, see, when you believe, and this is all it takes, when you believe that there's a power beyond you, and when you believe that by your will alone you can connect to that power, and I don't care if you're talking God, the Tao, Buddha, the Force, Allah, pick any deity from any neo-pagan religion you want. Even if all you have is faith in humanist ideas, it doesn't matter, because it is a matter of faith and having faith in something beyond you. The people really don't understand this. They think many times about being free and being able to do anything they want, but they don't understand what it means to be in service to an idea. Now, I'm also a veteran. I swore an oath to uphold and defend my country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I swore an oath to defend the Constitution, the ideas of the Constitution, against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I put myself in service to an idea. My oath didn't end simply because I ETS'd from the Army. My role changed, but that oath that I swore before my family, before my country, and before my God when I ended it with the words amen. That oath is my Bushido. It is my code of chivalry. It is what defines how I look at the world around me as far as this country's government goes. And many people say, well, things can't be that black and white. No. Things can be that black and white. There's right and there's wrong. And yeah, sometimes people do right things for wrong reasons, but it doesn't stop them from being the right things. And sometimes people do the wrong things for the right reasons. You know, I'm far less forgiving of someone who goes out here, robbing people and stealing cars and selling drugs and a whole number of different things to get a reputation of being a thug and being a criminal and because they want to be a badass, than I am a man out here doing those very same things to feed his family because that's the only thing he's got. In the case of that man who's going to that extreme to feed his family, one, he's being responsible to feed his family. I respect that. Even though he's doing the wrong thing, he's still taking responsibility. He's going to be the one who has to suffer if, he gets caught and prosecuted. He's the one who has to do the jail sentence, prison time. But he's doing what he can to protect his family. Yeah. My great-grandfather on my daddy's side was a moonshiner. He's dead now, God rest his soul, but he used to make and sell moonshine. I don't see much difference between moonshine and any other drug. Government says it's illegal. And when a man has no other way to provide for his family the things they need, I would far rather see him going in here and doing something illegal that's not hurting and killing other people than I would see him letting his family starve and die. Yeah, that's kind of a gray area, but no, it's not. It's black and white. He'll be punished for his violations of the law simply because they're violations of the law. But that doesn't mean that he didn't do the wrong thing for the right reason. And ultimately, taking care of your family, manning up and being a father and a husband or, whatever, and taking care of the people who depend on you, that's an admirable quality. Very few men have it these days. See, I can deal with somebody like that because they have faith in themselves. They're doing only what they know. All that is dependent upon us who say that is a crime is to show him another way and to give him a chance to use that other way. Or show him another way and show him how to take the opportunity. You hear about all these actors and famous people who weren't always famous, who fought and scraped for years to become, celebrities. And the reality of the matter, that should show you something. That should show you what faith in yourself can bring you. See, faith is all that matters. As far as I'm concerned, I have faith in my abilities, and a lot of people take that as arrogance. Okay, I don't care. And a lot of times I do get a little cocky because I will do things that other people say is impossible. But I'll do them. So they're not impossible. They're only impossible for them. So when you have, those 10 guys all saying, that's impossible, you can't do it. Because I can't do it. Or they're too scared to try it, and I get up and try it. Sometimes I fail. Sometimes I succeed. When I was in high school, a buddy of mine told me I couldn't do a backflip down a hill. I told him I'd try it to see if I could. Almost made it too. Twisted my wrist, fell flat on my face, and slid like 10 feet downhill. Hurt like hell too. But I can laugh about it now because you know what? At least I had the courage to try. He didn't. Faith in yourself, faith in your abilities, and faith that there's something greater than you that you're in service to, that has your back. I don't care if you're talking Jesus of Nazareth, Allah, Buddha, the Tao, um, witchcraft, whatever. That faith gives you strength. I know an evangelistic preacher. I asked him one day, weren't all you evangelists charlatans, especially the guys that get up there doing that lay on hands stuff? And he looked at me and he said, well, let me ask you another question. And I went, okay. And he goes, if I put my hands on you and tell you that God will heal you, and all it has ever took for you to get out of your wheelchair was for you to be willing to suffer the pain to get up and do it because you can. But you don't believe you can. But I tell you, God will grant you the strength and you can. He goes, and you do, because I tell you God granted you the strength, but it was always you. He goes, is that a lie? Or is that simply telling you the truth? And I was like, well, you didn't heal them when you touched them. He goes, I didn't have to. God already did.